All right, welcome.
So today on this deep dive, we are going to be talking about branding and design, and we are going to be exploring how to really make a strategic approach to these things.
Hmm.
The real driving force behind a successful business.
Yeah, and for this particular deep dive, we're looking at the insights and also the portfolio of a really leading branding agency called StudioD.
StudioD, yeah.
Yeah, they've been around since 2008 shaping brands. And I think one of the things that really stands out about them is the leadership,
Right.
at the helm. So we're talking a founder with over 25 years experience in branding and graphic design,
Wow.
but then paired with that, a patent-holding inventor
Okay.
whose technology has been used by like tens of millions of users.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting combination, I think, of the creative vision and the strategic kind of
Totally.
innovation, isn't it?
Totally. Yeah. And it's not just theoretical, right?
Yeah.
Like they actually have the awards and recognition to back it up.
Yeah, exactly. So let's jump right in, shall we? Studio D really emphasizes this idea of visual communication, and I think it makes sense, right?
Oh, absolutely.
On their site, they talk about how visual design, like your logo, your website, the materials you use, that's often the very first impression a potential client has of you. It's make or break time right there.
It's that split-second judgment.
Exactly. And it's not just about looking pretty either. Studio D says good design also has to feel right for your audience.
StudioD uses this idea of reimagine, design, elevate.
Hmm.
And it's not just, a catchy tagline, right?
Right.
It represents their process.
Their methodology.
They start by reimagining
Yeah.
the possibilities of the brand, right?
It's almost like
Yeah.
taking a step back, isn't it?
Totally, yeah.
And like you said, it's not just words, they back this up
Yeah.
with real action.
And then they design these
Yeah.
really exceptional experiences.
Yeah,
And ultimately, their goal is to elevate that brand to new heights.
absolutely.
And they define branding as creating a unique and memorable identity. So it's your name, your logo, your colors, even your messaging, how you talk about yourself as a brand.
So why is that so important when you're trying to attract clients? I mean, especially in a crowded market. How do you stand out, How do you make people notice you?
Well, that's exactly what a strong brand identity does. It cuts through the noise, like Studio D says.
Right. It tells people what you stand for, what makes you different, why they should choose you.
And Studio D has some great examples of this in their portfolio. Take Seasons Mall, for instance. They were tasked with branding a mall, aiming to be a central destination for its area.
Oh, I remember that one. And even the name Seasons itself is clever, right? It implies this constant change, but also this sense of timelessness, that the mall is always there.
It is clever. And the logo is interesting, too. It's inspired by the swastika, which in its original form is a symbol of auspiciousness and prosperity.
Right. But of course, Studio D's use of it is purely focused on the visual aspect, the principles of symmetry.
Yeah, and they tie that to the cyclical nature of the seasons. So it's a thoughtful choice that goes beyond just looking nice.
Absolutely. And you can see how that visual, along with the name, creates a lasting impression. It's a story told through design.
Okay, so what about Kinetic Kids?
So Kinetic Kids, that's a venture of Kinetic Engineering Limited,
Okay,
and they make baby strollers.
okay.
So they wanted a logo that represented their products and that sense of care
Right.
for children. So Studio D created this really charming butterfly logo.
Good.
And the body of the butterfly, it's like a baby.
Oh.
And the wings are formed by two Ks.
Oh, wow, that's so cute.
Yeah, so it's this butterfly in motion.
Yeah,
And the butterfly also represents that nurturing and care.
okay.
And they chose a balanced color scheme that was professional but also had warmth. And then
Yeah.
throughout their stationery, they actually used a delicate butterfly trail
That's cute.
to represent a stroller.
Yeah, I like that. So then hands-on.
Hands-on.
Yeah.
This is a children's discovery center.
Okay.
So they needed a logo that really catered to a young audience.
Hmm.
So Studio D, they used this overprint effect
Okay.
with glue and yellow
Hmm.
to create green.
Yeah.
Which is stimulating but also reassuring.
Yeah.
And they use these cozy, approachable colors
Right.
and a handwritten style font. So it feels very
Right.
child-friendly.
Yeah, and it makes sense,
Yeah.
right? Because they need to appeal to the parents as well.
Exactly.
Let's talk about some of their other branding work that they've done.
So I thought we could start with Acumen,
Acumen.
which is a mergers and acquisitions advisory firm.
Hmm.
And their logo is really distinctive.
Okay.
It uses typography in
Ah.
a very symbolic way. So
Mhm.
they actually transformed the letters A and C to visually represent acquisition, and M and E to represent merger.
That's so clever.
Yeah. And then they have this little red accent on the A
Okay.
to add a touch of modernity to that corporate look.
So they're really communicating their expertise
They are.
through that logo.
They are.
Very cool. Okay,
Now let's talk about VSA Beverages. They're a big player in the coconut water market, right?
they are. And their logo is a cube with a hexagonal outline.
I remember they said the cube represents their comprehensive solutions for B2B clients.
Yeah, their end-to-end approach. And the hexagon symbolizes strength, that robust supply chain they have.
Oh, and their initials, V, S, and A, are cleverly positioned so you can see them on all sides of the cube.
Right. It's like they've thought of everything.
They really have. It's a logo that truly embodies what they're all about. Okay, then there's Mosaic, a premium tile brand. I love how their logo subtly incorporates those lines within the letters.
It's elegant. And it directly represents their product, right? Tiles coming together to create a whole.
Exactly. The whole made from smaller parts idea. It's a visual representation of their philosophy. Then you have PIX Boutique, which initially didn't have a lot of meaning in the name itself.
Right. But StudioD transformed it through branding. They added the tagline, Pure Ethnics, use a classic serif faces, and a gold color palette.
And suddenly, it feels high-end, luxurious, and very focused on ethnic fashion. It shows how branding can completely change how a brand is perceived.
It's a total makeover. Speaking of makeovers, what about the bath pods?
Oh, that's a product of Panchal Realty, right?
It is, and their logo is so clever. It's like they've taken the letters and created bathroom fixtures out of them.
Yeah, you can see a shower, a basin, a toilet, and it's all contained within this minimalist black and gray tile shape.
Very sophisticated.
Let's look at their work for IT Park LLP. This is a massive project.
7 million square feet, right?
7 million. It's an IT park in Pune, and StudioD handled their entire branding strategy.
Wow. From the ground up.
They did it all. Naming, logo design, the corporate identity manual, stationery, marketing collateral, website design, even on-site branding, signage.
And merchandise.
Yeah.
Even event branding.
That's incredible.
Okay, so then what about Value Mandy?
So Value Mandy, that's part of the Tata Group.
The Tata Group, okay.
Yeah, a chain of retail stores.
Okay.
And their focus is on offering discounts on grocery shopping.
Okay.
So StudioD, they noticed that Value Mandy was offering a higher percentage of discounts than their competitors.
Yep.
So they decided to capitalize on that.
Okay.
And they created a logo that actually integrates the percent sign into the V
Oh, wow.
of Value Mandy. So it's a really clever visual
Yeah.
that immediately communicates that the store is all about saving the customer money.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? Like
Once
it's very clear and concise.
Yeah, exact.
To the point.
And then, of course, they use black and yellow.
Which are high visibility colors.
High visibility, exactly.
Yeah.
And actually, StudioD, they did more than just the logo.
Right.
They actually developed the environmental graphics for their stores all across India.
Wow. And
And they also did marketing materials, outdoor advertising.
oh, wow.
So a very comprehensive approach. Novos, that's ADYPU's sort of extension.
Right.
ADYPU stands for Ajinkya D.Y. Patil University.
Okay.
And StudioD decided to create a futuristic design for their brochure
Okay.
to convey a sense of balance, simplicity, and energy. So for someone listening who wants to use branding and design to attract more clients, what's the key takeaway here?
I think it's that a well-crafted brand identity is an incredibly powerful tool, but it has to be strategic, expertly executed, and really tailored to your target audience.
And you have to think about all the touch points, right? Your logo, your website, your marketing materials, everything has to work together.
It does.
So here's a final thought for you. Take a look at your own brand. Does it really attract the clients you want? Does it truly represent what you offer?
And what's one thing you could change, maybe inspired by StudioD's approach to make your brand even stronger?
Food for thought. Thanks for diving deep with us today.
It's been a pleasure.
And until next time, keep those creative juices flowing.